The unexpected death of a loved one can shake a family to its core. The Roderick Clark Foundation assists families impacted by the sudden death or debilitating disability of a family member. In 1984, Roderick Clark, an energetic, loving, and beautiful 4-year-old baby boy, was tragically hit and killed by a car. His family relied on family and friends to offer kind words and support, but when the initial shock ended, there were no resources available to help his family plan the funeral, make important phone calls, pay for unexpected expenses, or counseling to help manage the grief. Although the family leaned on their faith and each other, they wanted to ensure no family ever feels alone or abandoned during such a vulnerable time.
This foundation is mainly going to be a blessing to people that feel alone, feel like they don't have no one to talk to, feel like, they want the world to end, as I did. Forget about me. I'm talking about the mothers that have endured a loss of this magnitude that Regina hears. They need someone to talk to, man. They need to feel that, through what they're going through, they can outreach and talk to other family members and other mothers to let them understand you're not alone. Now hear this story.
I lost my daughter and a beloved friend of mine, and I thought working through it and appearing to be the strong person, which I am, and just going full speed ahead was helping me, not knowing that internally I was suffering and hurting and was a public success, but internally a private failure. And recently had to go and address my grief because what was inside filtered out, right? And it did publicly. And it was a good thing because it made me see that I needed to address some stuff. If people don't know, you can't fix it. So I think more of us as Black and brown people, when we have afflictions or diseases, that we do walk that journey in public.
If you talk about your situation, you'll help building a platform that's going to help families throughout this country. But it has to start with you. You have to come out. You have to speak about your experience. You have to speak about your grief. Look, it took me 36 years to be able to talk about my baby brother that left us. But you know what? I realized that by keeping it in, people wouldn't understand, or people don't understand what it takes to get over a situation. So by all means, please, look at this website, be a volunteer, do whatever you can to tell your story, because at the end of the day, we're all being a blessing to one another.
The Roderick Clark Foundation Incorporated is a not-for-profit, community-based organization dedicated to ensuring families have support while grieving a sudden death and life-altering tragedy due to the loss of a family member, while educating the community on being prepared for death through education, financial, and insurance solutions. The overall purpose of the Roderick Clark Foundation is to increase support for families impacted by the sudden death or debilitating disability of a loved one with education, counseling, and monetary resources through the development programs that emphasize a commitment to the community. Families may visit us online at rclarkfoundation.org to request our services for help and assistance with the sudden loss of a loved one, or you may refer a family. We will assist and serve in several ways, anywhere from monetarily. We'll help with the funeral and burial expenses. We'll help ensure all immediate family members can attend the funeral services. We'll help provide meals around the funeral and burial for your family and friends. We'll even help with childcare while the adults have to plan and make those final arrangements. Oftentimes, family members and survivors of a loved one who suddenly dies experience trauma. Many experience symptoms of alienation, anger, rage, guilt, and even suicidal thoughts. We know the importance of one-on-one counseling and group therapy firsthand. Sometimes it's important just knowing you can talk to someone who knows exactly what you're going through and how you feel. That's why the RC Foundation will partner with educational institutions that have master's and doctoral programs in psychology and clinical mental health counseling to provide grief counseling and mental health counseling to families affected by the sudden death, and will provide this counseling on an ongoing basis. The Roderick Clark Foundation provides all of their services based on community support. We will hold financial, legacy building, and life insurance workshops throughout the year, and we can always be contacted for a one-on-one life insurance, financial, or estate planning consultation. Visit our website today to volunteer to help our families, donate so we can continue to serve our community, or apply and/or refer a family for services. We believe Roderick Clark had a heart of an angel, so our mission is to honor that legacy through our service. Become an angel partner today.